The next technique is a left overhand. Same as the right, you can either slip on the spot or you can step. Same, going to your right side, you can either slip or you can step. Now I will throw this if my opponent is throwing either a jab or a right cross. If I throw the jab, I can step, hit and turn off. If they're throwing the right and I don't have much time to move, I'll just throw it here and then I can come back with another punch. Okay? Your normal left hook will be here in a straight line. And again, if your partner's throwing the right or your opponent's throwing the right and you throw this, probably 8, 9 times out of 10, you won't be able to hit them. So you've got to step, bring your hand over the top of their hand, over the top of their hand, okay? So we'll just say that your opponent's throwing the right. If we do this, you probably won't reach them, you slip, and you bring your hand over. So their punch is going through that gap there to there. They're leaving their chin exposed because they're making the mistake of when they're throwing the jab, they're doing this and they're overreaching, shoulder is not covering that gap. If they throw it correctly like this, you may hit the top of their head, but you won't hit the jawline or the ear line here. Okay? So if they've made the mistake, they throw a lazy jab here. Okay? We're going to expose that. As soon as they throw that jab, we're going to step off to the right side. As we step off to the right, our left hand comes down to the side. We drip our left shoulder, or right shoulder down. Left shoulder comes up towards the ceiling, hand comes up and over, and then we make sure that it comes over the top of their arm, hitting them in the side of the jaw or side of the head. Okay, so again, one more thing to notice as well. When I step, I don't step back. My back foot actually steps slightly forwards. Okay, I do this, so when I step here, I can turn and I'm still in the correct stance, okay? So again, as I come here, I do this again so I can turn off and go back to my correct stance. If I kick this foot back, I can only hit them if they overcommit. If they don't overcommit, I will miss them. So they're throwing the shot from here, where I am, I step in slightly in. So I'm actually closing the distance on them. Again, so the drill is, we're going to step out with the right foot. Even though it starts behind, it goes pretty much in line with the left foot. Turn my toes outwards. Again, another important thing, my toes are not facing forwards, I turn my toes outwards slightly, okay? This allows me to drop my right shoulder to my right foot. So I turn my toes out, drop my shoulder, left hand drops down, their punch comes straight in front, I dip my shoulder, the punch goes over my shoulder, left hand comes over and down, hitting them with the knuckle part. Now, as before, my elbow is facing the ceiling. It's not directly facing the ceiling, it's not completely vertical, it's at an angle, but it's coming over and down. Again, as that cross comes, I step off center, turn my toes out, hand comes up, down and over. Elbows facing the ceiling, but not completely again, just at an angle, over and down. And again, with these punches, these overhands, it's always good if you can drill it with a partner who's going to be compliant and go nice and slow. They'll step in and just do a jab. Or they'll step in and just do a cross. So this way you get to practice stepping off, again, stepping off and hitting. Again, step off, brings left hand over. And you'll find that if you don't do it correctly and you go like so, it will get caught on their arm and you won't be able to hit the target area. Comes over and down. And again from the side, they're throwing this straight right. I'm stepping off center. I'm not stepping all the way out because I'll miss my opponent then. I won't make them pay for that shot, so I step slightly off. The punch might miss me by a couple of inches. As it misses by a couple of inches, my left hand comes up, comes over and down, counters them with that shot. Overhand left. My forearm is facing my opponent, the padded part of my hand here comes through, my palm would be facing the floor. There, straight through,